Hello friends, welcome to How to Write Good. Today we're going to talk about writing and how you can write anything. The beauty of writing fiction is that budget is no concern. If you're writing for a movie, let's say, or writing for TV or something like that, you'd have to be concerned about budget. Like, how can we make this car chase feasible? How much CGI can we do? But if you're writing just for writing, like a novel or a book or something like that, budget is no concern. The limits are your own imagination. So today's writing project we'll get to a little later. It's going to be to write a party, the best party you can think of, and we'll talk about that in a moment. On the topic of writing something that is financially not a viable thing to produce beyond the written word, I'll talk to you about a screenplay that I wrote with my friend Matt Sloan. Name dropping moment. Matt Sloan, check him out. The Blame Society videos. He does Chad Vader and Beer with Board Games and Welcome to the Basement. Anyway, we wrote a screenplay called Springfield, or Rick Springfield, or Eric's Girl. And it will never be made into a movie. But that's not the point. The point was, it was really fun to write, and you could read it. I left it here for you, right there. So the basic idea is that a small town guy in a band, a cover band, gets hired to be the opening act for Rick Springfield. Rick Springfield, if you're not familiar with him, he's a rock star from the 80s who had a hit song called Jesse's Girl. So in the plot of our movie, our young hero named Eric decides that their band is going to cover Jesse's Girl as their closing number in the opening act. Kind of a dick move there, but he had reasons. And then Rick Springfield decides to stay in town and make his life a living hell, including stealing his girlfriend. It's comedy. It's funny. The problem is, of course, that it relies solely on having Rick Springfield be the main antagonist, and he's getting old. We were this like 10 years ago, and he's getting older, and I don't know, maybe he's not busy. Maybe they'll see this and be like, hey, yeah, fire it up. Let's film this sucker. Within the movie, at some point, they go to Rick's house that he rents, and he's at this house of wonder, this amazing giant house, and in it there was going to be a guy on stilts and a midget juggling, and someone doing fire tricks. I don't know. There's supposed to be this wondrous house with amazing things going on all the time. And as we got further into the house, there was also this secret lair where all of Rick's nefarious plans were taking place. We also had a bear in the movie running around loose in the city. Anyway, we wrote with wild abandon and no thought of budget, which was really fun. Of course, it made it not feasible to do, but it was a lot of fun to write. So that's what I encourage you to do if you're writing fiction. If you're writing a movie, different story. But if you're writing like a short story or a novel, go ahead, go crazy with it. Because you can. And then embrace it and have fun with it. So that's the Springfield story and movie right there. You can see that script if you want right there. So today's writing experiment is to write a party. You're going to enter the party, enter and see the sights and sounds of the party, walk through, have some adventures through, and leave. Don't worry about plot, don't worry about budget. That's the beauty of this exercise is you don't have to think about the plot of the grander scheme. You don't have to discover your character. You just walk around and describe the things you see. Make it as wild and outlandish of a party as you can. Have whatever you think, whatever you can think of. I don't know why I always think of fire jugglers. It seems lavish. And I don't know, an indoor ice skate rink, a sword swallower, a lot of circus freaks at my parties. Someone mixing up illegal cocktails and serving exotic meats from endangered species, and dancers with boots up to Tuesday. We're not worried about plot right now. We're worried about having fun with writing. All right, so that's your assignment. That's your exercising. What am I going to do, grade you? I think so. You're on your own with this one. However, if you do want to subscribe to this thing, then we can start a dialogue maybe. That'd be fun. Talk about stuff. You can send me things you've written, maybe based on projects that I throw out to you. Maybe I can show you some of the things I write based on these same projects. I should probably do the same thing. If I give you an assignment, I should probably do the project myself. Anyway, all the details, subscribe here. Go to my website, you can see all my writing, it's all up there for free with suggested donation, or just free. But if you read it and you enjoy it, let me know. If it's a play and you want to do it, and you want to produce it, go ahead, produce it. More power to you. Just let me know. I want to know how it turns out. And now, what's Mike reading? Right now I'm reading Hocus Pocus by Kurt Vonnegut. I like Kurt Vonnegut a lot. I've started reading him in college. I enjoy his writing style. It's very short and to the point without being Hemingway short, if you know what I mean. This current book was one of his later books. The setup is that it is written by a college professor who the college has been turned into a jail, and he's still a prisoner there, and he's writing on scraps of paper that he can find and then collecting them into a book. So each chapter is made up of these little teeny sections, and that's supposed to be like a little chunk of paper he wrote on. So it's kind of a neat concept, and it's a fun book. I read this a long time ago when it first came out. I read it and enjoyed it, and I'm rereading it now and enjoying it again. I suggest you pick it up. Like I said, I do love Kurt Vonnegut. One of my favorite ones, the other ones would be Slaughterhouse-Five. You got to read that in college at some point. They're going to make you read it. And then Breakfast of Champions. It's another good one, which I just bought recently. I'll probably read that soon. So that's it for your assignment and for what I'm reading. And work goes on with what I'm writing as well. I'm working on my novel, plugging away at that. Thanks for asking. And I'm hoping to get that out in the next month or two. We'll see. Depends when you watch this. It might be out already. Who knows? All right. So we'll talk to you later. Let's go write good.